And bam, just like that, we wake up. Another beautiful day. It's cold outside today. You can tell I am dressed cozy warm. And we're still waking up to the left. Lunatics in America. And here, ladies and gentlemen, we got a packed show today. Meet Katrina DeVille. Yeah, I said Katrina DeVille, which is a man, if you can't notice. And let me see here. I wanted to get the chain that's around his neck, and I'm not going to call her a her. Look at this. This looks like some kind of Satan kind of stuff. I can't really zoom in on it. Yeah, it just looks creepy. And he's got tattoos all over him. But hey, this is Katrina DeVille. And again, libs of TikTok always come through, calling these people out. Thank God for them. Well, libs of TikTok is claiming that Katrina DeVille, which I don't know what his name was given to him at birth, is a Satanist man pretending to be a woman running for Congress in Wisconsin. Yes, in Wisconsin. He's saying, libs on TikTok saying he wants to confuse kids to be able to chop off their body parts. This mentally ill people shouldn't be anywhere near public office. And here, I agree. And listen to this.
Hey, people. All right, this is going out there for all of my Wisconsin people in the 8th Congressional District. Yeah, I'm Katrina DeVille. It's Tuesday.
Is he just making a play on the DeVille from the character from 101 Dalmatians? I mean, are they literally just trying to see how dumb America really is to elect some lip that we already have? I don't even know what his name is, but he's in Congress and he dresses like a woman and he wants to be referred to with proper pronouns. I can't even think of his name, but whatever. But anyway, they are getting elected to certain districts, and I think because they cheat. I believe it wholeheartedly that we outnumbered these mentally ill people.
What do we got? It's about 20 after 4 in the p.m. So, if you don't know yet, I'm having my very first town hall tonight for Outagamie County. I'll be going around the district during my campaign and having town halls at locations in every county, and probably be coming back for a couple of times because, as the momentum of my campaign builds, more people are going to hear about me, more people are going to want to know what I'm all about, and
more retarded people.
Yeah, I want to give them equal opportunity to become, to come and ask questions too, and have some interaction. But that's exactly what I'm encouraging tonight. I am encouraging people to show up. I don't care which side of the aisle you're on. I want you to show up, please, and let's talk about some.
Really? Since when? You don't care which side of the aisle? Y'all are so transparent and so diversified. No, you shut down opposing speech. Come on, people.
Some things. Let's talk about how we fix this country.
How we fix it is not electing people like you.
Showing up to listen to you. I want to hear the things that you have to say, and I want to express the ideas that I have.
I don't think he wants to hear the ideas I have to say, because I would say I wouldn't even show up. I wouldn't even show. Who is showing up for this? See him talk about running and campaigning for Congress in Wisconsin.
For fixing things and getting us past all of this. But it takes showing up. And tonight's the very first one. Outagamie County, Appleton, Wisconsin. That's right. It's real. It's happening. It's here. And it's going to be at the Velvet Fox, which is the back room at Tardigrade's Bookshelf, Appleton, Wisconsin. That's 501 North Richmond Street.
So it's going to be in the back room. Well, you get the picture. This goes on for another minute of trying to encourage people to come and see him pretend to be a woman and act like a Disney character. These people are insane and need to be stopped. So we have public brainwashing, which I think this person is part of it. I mean, I don't know. Public school brainwashing, seemingly trans school employee films itself bribing a young girl to protest. Because kids are just, it's like she's just parroting what this woman is saying.
There's an ICE protest at the end of school today, but you don't want to walk at the ICE protest. You rather me drive you in protest, but drive you to where? To get to protest ICE. Yeah. There's an ICE protest at the end.
That's insane. Boy, I'd be suing some people if they did that to my kid and then posted it on social media. Oh yeah, insanity. How could you tell? Going out on a limb here, buddy. This person posted this, and he writes, "What? Did you say Cruella de Vil?" He says, "I'm sorry, I'm from Wisconsin, and it'll be a cold day in hell when we vote for a mentally ill person in our government. Sick pedo." Look, you know, with all the cheating going on and all of this stuff, and Christians needs to stop sitting by the sidelines and not voting for their congressmen to represent them. This is very important that these people come in there, and because there's no turnout and there's cheating going on, people like Cruella de Vil get elected. Yep, don't be surprised. I highly agree with this meme. Make asylums great again. For real. I mean, this person writes, this is just literally cosplay of a Disney villain. Yeah, it's insane. And they're probably seeing how stupid people are to elect them. It's insanity. Now we have a school in Texas, and I wanted to bring this to your attention. Oh, I thought I paused it. I'm all like looking to make sure I've got my next thing to do. What is happening? All right, so I had a momentary retard episode. I was staring at the screen, and then I didn't realize I hit pause. I went over the article, and then I unhit pause for the next one. Yeah, it happens, people. It happens. So here we go. We're going to get through this. I promise you, we're going to get through this. My technical skills are impeccable. And anyway, here we go. So we have a school out in Texas, and yes, I'll repeat it. I wanted to bring this to your attention. Action alert to parents, and beware. This is how Islamization enters your schools. Today at Whaley East High School, an Islamic outreach group called Why Islam, yeah, that's what I want to know, set up a major booth out front of the school during the school day and began targeting students. You know, they'd have a field day if Christians did that. Handing out hijabs to girls. Man, I would be furious if my daughter brought home one of those. I'd be like, where did you get that? I'm calling the school. I'm getting an attorney. Distributing free Qurans. Passing out pamphlets about Sharia law. Giving students gift bags packed with Islamic propaganda. The student who confronted them was Marco, president of the high school Republicans. And he said something chilling. They were trying to provide jobs to as many girls as possible. This was Dawa, Islamic proselytizing aimed directly at your children inside a taxpayer-funded school. And here's the part. Here's the part that they don't want you to know. Why Islam.org is an official outreach project run by ICNA, Islamic Circle of North America. Not a local mom and pop group or harmless community outreach. ICNA isn't showing up in schools to teach kids about Islam. They're showing up to build the next generation of converts, activists, and institutional leverage. Get them while they're young and dumb. This isn't a random faith booth. This is an Islamic pipeline tied to the same ideology network that birthed the Muslim Brotherhood, the mother movement behind Hamas and global jihadists. And I tell you what, guys, Islam promotes pedophilia. Yes, they do. Because Muhammad married Alicia at 6 and consummated the marriage at 9. And I'm not surprised they were saying they were trying to hand out as many of those as they could to girls. Yes, to young girls. ICNA is the American affiliate of Jamaat-e-Islam. I don't even know if I'm saying that correctly. And Jamaat's militant wing owned the compound where Osama bin Laden was hiding when he was killed. Their model is infiltration, then normalization, and public schools are one of their primary battlegrounds for long-term capture. The Muslim Brotherhood's own internal strategic memo described this exact strategy as civilization jihad, destroying the West from within. ICA was named as part of that U.S. network. Look, it's a brilliant strategy. We let these people in, which Obama had the floodgates open. But look, the people in Dearborn didn't happen overnight. They came in at the beginning of the 1900s from the Ford Company, brought them in, and I guess put them to work, right? So you have several generations. By 1932, they built their first mosque. Then they probably were bringing over their family members, bringing over grandma, bringing over everybody. And then plus they're having children. They're not aborting their children. And lo and behold, you've got Dearborn, Michigan. They need to storm the gates. They don't need to storm the gates. I'm sorry. Because they just need access to your kids, your schools, and your institutions, and the system lets them walk right in. Look at our college campuses screaming, Infada, Infada. Half of them don't even know what it means. They don't even know what it means. Oh, we support Palestine. Yay, yay. They're retarded. What looks like free gifts is actually ideological recruitment, Sharia hijabs, Qurans, Sharia pamphlets, and the soft power method of conquest. I don't know how many young girls they could get who are teenagers, because they're not going to want to be covered. They're going to want to be wearing the latest stuff, the latest hairstyles, makeup, all of this stuff. Islam is not going to let you do that, ladies. Young ladies, they are not going to let you do that. And if you become Muslim, yeah, you could marry each other's cousin, or your father could sell you to somebody when you're born. Sell you. Yep. There you go. Why are public schools allowing Islamic proselytizers to operate on campus when Christian groups would never be allowed to pass out Bibles during lunch? You think? Who approved this booth? That's big questions. Who gave them access to minors? Why is Sharia propaganda being distributed in an American high school? Good question. This is how it starts. Not with force, with free gifts, education, tolerance, transparency. They're gonna say, well, it's a beautiful book, the Quran. It's just beautiful if somebody reads it in Farsi. It's such a peaceful religion. They're so peaceful. What? What terrorists? What? Who was blowing themselves up all these years? Where are the terrorists, by the way? Remember back in the 80s, every time you turned around, there was terrorists, somebody blowing themselves up at a cafe and stuff? What? I don't know. I mean, I'm glad we're not hearing a bunch about it, but It's like, it was like all the time. It was constant. Take action, demand answers from Whaley East High School. I don't even know if I'm saying that. Whaley High School. Contact the principal. Tiffany Doolin. Yeah, call her. Call her, and there's the phone. Call and go, what is happening? Texas, your schools, your state are ground zero. Boy, they're taking over towns in Texas. Texas! And we figure the Longhorn State. Now, how American can you get? Cowboys, rustling cows, and all of this stuff. Come on, people. What is happening? We must demand our children are off limits. Don't Sharia my children. And let's see. Let's watch this young man, what he has to say.
Hello, tell me the story. What happened today at school?
Okay, so I'm Marco. I'm the president of the High School Republicans at Wiley East High School. And today there was an organization called Why Islam that had a huge table booth in the front of our school today, and they were giving hijabs to girls out throughout the high school, and they were giving out Qurans, and they also had pamphlets about Sharia law and other Islamic things, and they were giving out these bags. And I had a discussion with the women that were there, and we're trying to understand what's going on.
Was everybody in a hijab?
So they were passing out to as much, girls as they could. So that was their goal.
How many students took those bags?
I don't have an exact number of how many people took them, but I can say that they were trying to get as much out as they could.
And it was during the school day, right?
Yes, it was during lunch.
Wow.
During lunch.
And we typically have colleges come out, where we have our clubs have tables, but we've never had a faith group, to my understanding.
So
and
Christians have never been allowed to come?
Not from what I've seen. I've never seen churches or Bibles passed out. I can't confirm that that's 100%, but what I can say is that this was a big thing that they wanted to push out today.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for letting me know.
We could probably confirm that no, that didn't happen. That Christians showed up at lunchtime, set up a booth, and then just started handing stuff out to children, which I'd be all for that. Okay, so if you're going to do that, then let the Christians do it. And then have somebody like David Wood or somebody else that could explain why Islam is bad. You need to run from Islam. It's not what you think it is. We have an action alert. Contact the school and complain. And this, look at this principal. Let's see, what's her degree? Masters of Education. Dallas Baptist University, Bachelor's of Multiple Disciplinary. What? Montgomery University. Front office. There's her email. There's the phone number, people. What? She went to a Baptist university. How could she allow or not know that an Islamic group showed up at her school at lunchtime and was doing this? And let it go on for the whole lunch period? Nobody knew what was going on? Are you kidding me? Nobody informed her? Was she just clueless? Was she absent that day? Was she sick? Where was the vice principal? I have all these questions. She has to answer them all. Because if this is going to happen there, this is all probably test grounds. They love to test the waters, test them waters. And this is going to spread to everywhere. They're going to just keep tempting and keep seeing how far they can push that envelope. All right, now we're back on track. In case you were wondering whether the left thinks they own your children, here's a hint, they do. And let's see what she has to say.
So, new national trend among leftists who want you to think that ICE are the Nazis, pulling children as young as kindergarten out of school to force them to march in political protests in the street. Teachers in San Francisco pulled elementary school students as young as 5 out of class and marched them through the city holding anti-ICE signs. Kids in Atlanta used the opportunity to trash their school field and break laptops at a school that is only 15% proficient at math. At another school,
15%. So they let them leave the school to go destroy their laptops. Man, those laptops are expensive. But no, the school didn't have to pay for it. Your tax dollars are paying for those laptops. They didn't. There's no such thing as a free lunch. There's no such thing as the free lunch. So these kids can't even do math, and they probably can't read either. But nope, they can go protest against ICE to keep more low IQ invaders into our country.
In Oakland, California, students stood at an intersection yelling F Donald Trump while holding misspelled signs upside down.
Oh, snap. Wow. That's pathetic, y'all. That is pathetic.
Students from a Georgia high school almost got hit by a car while protesting in the street. These are children.
No, I think she was right. They were partying. They were just having fun. They probably don't even know if they can't even do math. They don't know history. They don't know anything about civics. How the government works. What are the actual laws? Did any of the teachers or any of them go and say, well, yeah, it is a constitutional law that the Article 2 of the President of the United States, which is Commander-in-Chief, has the right to get illegals out of our country and protect the borders of this country. Nope. Let's leave the floodgates open and just let anybody come in and hang out and come into your house.
Children whose parents sent them to school to learn. They're not politically active. They just want an opportunity to get out of class.
Yes.
Some of them are too young to understand what they're being pulled out of class for. So if you're still wondering whether the communists think they own your children, they do. And they're not being subtle about it. So new now.
I agree. The communists is the school board, the teachers unions. They're wanting to destroy us. And who are they hiring? I even think they dumbed down the tests for teachers to even start teaching. They dumbed it down because of DEI. So you got dummies who don't even know history or don't know math. They can't even hardly read themselves. And then they're teachers because of DEI. I'm just saying. I'm just letting you know. I mean, this has been happening a lot. Like last week, Thursday, Friday, several days. I don't know if they did anything yesterday, but you got Arizona. Now, this is in Arizona. Now, that other school we talked about, the Islamists in Texas. Look, this is all part of undermining and destroying our youth of America. All of it is tied together. Arizona middle school students protesting ICE violently throwing things at federal officers and vehicles. There's just it's like they're a pack of wild animals. The school just said, okay, y'all can go out and protest, but protest peacefully. But what have they been seeing? Has the school, this is another thing, has the school been showing them footage of these protesters around the country for the past month? How violent and vile and the foul language that they use? I mean, you just heard in the last video, she's saying these kids were dropping the F-bomb. They're just children. And they're talking ugly and protesting something they have no idea about. It's crazy. Multiple students have been arrested for assaulting officers. When did it become normalized for middle school students in America to physically assault federal officers? When the commie socialist Satanists took over the school board, which I know they've been working on it, dismantling the Board of Education, that's what I meant. The Board of Education, they've already gutted half of it. They need to gut it all and turn it back over to the states. And we all know which states are going to do well and which states are not. And that is a problem. That is a problem. And guys, a middle school?
New video tonight from the Mesa Police Department. It shows the takedown of what appears to be a student protester during a school walkout on Friday. Here it is, edited by Mesa Police. The video was posted on the department's Facebook page. According to Mesa Police, during a walkout at Poston Junior high school, students entered the roadway and threw water bottles at officers. The girl in the video is facing charges of aggravated assault. Mesa police say another student was also arrested for throwing items, but has been released to the juvenile court system. The police also posted a statement about this, saying they respect the right to peacefully protest, but they will not tolerate criminal behavior or violence toward officers or anyone in the community. New video.
I think the real issue is, and this news report didn't even bring it up, and they should have. And this, the news media, your ABC, CBS, NBC, all of them, your local news stations, they are all in bed with the communist, Satanist, leftist libtards. They all are. They're all. Why didn't he say? Why did the school allow minors to go out unsupervised, right? How many times, parents, have you had to sign a paper to let your kid go because maybe they're going to some museum or they're going to go to the zoo, and you got to get permission for them to go? Did all these parents get permission for these kids to just be let loose, unsupervised, and then this happens? And guess what? And then he just said one of them was released to juvenile. And we all have seen what's happened in these juvenile courts. They just smack them on the wrist, and then they go on about their. I guess it depends on what judge they get, unless they get one of those black robe tyrannical leftist appointed judges who just legislate from the bench. Yeah, I said it. I said it. It's insane. It's insane. His actions is absolutely on point, and we need more parents like this guy in our country. We need more parents doing what he's doing. And check this out. And this was from a middle school.
But my son just called and said that his school just brought him to a protest. So he's currently at a fucking protest.
So his son called him, not the school, not sending home a paper, giving permission to let him go out by the street. And we just saw in a video I did last week where it was a high school, and one of the young girls, she's probably anywhere from 14 to 16 years old, runs in the middle of the street, and the car just nails her. Just nails her. I mean, I would like to see some follow-up of that, or her parents irate, like, you didn't tell me you were going to do this with my kid. You just let my retarded kid go outside. Yeah, I said it. Kids are dumb. They don't know what they're doing. You're just feeding them this propaganda. They're like a sponge absorbing it. Because they know if they were teaching them about the American Revolution and how great our forefathers are, and to love our country and respect our country, and we're the greatest country and civilization on the planet so far. But nope, they got to teach them how to break laws, fight the system, fight police, federal officers doing their job. Did they even teach them anything about the laws? And what does the law say that they can do? Yes, they can go remove dangerous criminals, especially dangerous illegal criminals.
I'm fitting to go rage.
Oh, man.
Who the fuck said you could bring my child to a protest?
Oh, man. He should sue
Any
him.
of our kids to a protest. They see what's happening today. Bringing kids out there now. Purposely in schools. Washington State.
God forbid one of these kids gets killed. Like I told you last week, one of the girls got hit. And yeah, it was funny. She got hit from the side of her, and she hit the ground. She's fine, but this could get serious. This could get really, really serious. What happens when a mob stampedes and somebody falls on the ground? They all just get trampled and trampled and trampled, and they could get killed from a stampede of human beings. And you got a mob of children on the side of the road? What are you doing? Do they want one of the children to get killed because they all are about some blood sacrifice? Yeah, I said it. They're all a bunch of demons. Demonic Satan worshipers. Who in their right mind lets a bunch of adolescents go and do something like this?
Send this out. Washington State sending their kids to protest. I'll see you soon.
He's
Let me
pissed.
give you a little rundown on the way there. White Center, we call out here Rat City. If anybody from Washington State knows this Rat City is not an area. Bring kids, let alone bring kids to a protest in this piece of shit city.
Wow.
If anybody knows White Center, you know Rat City is dangerous.
So hold up. So they're not just protesting outside the school. They literally took them somewhere? To Rat City? Holy smokes.
Why are you bringing our kids into dangerous territory with fucking protesting going on? Anyway, I'll see you soon. See you in the next video. It looks like they made it all back to the school already before I could get here. Yeah, so they all just got back before I can get here. All the kids.
They were probably glad they got to miss a day of school because they're kids. What a retard.
Fucking furry teachers on their bikes.
Oh, snap.
Is this really what's going on?
Furry teachers on their bikes.
This is craziness.
What?
This is craziness.
These people were hired for the school.
We got the blue hairs, everything. Are you serious? Yellow hair? Oh my God, my kid is at a woke school. What is going on? This is Cascade Middle School, everybody. Cascade Middle School in Washington State. Did you consent to that?
I didn't want to.
You didn't want to do that.
No, after the cops came up, one of the guys was like the guy with the megaphone, like a kid, who was like, "Do not talk to the federal thingamabobs, whatever it is."
Just believe I will be at the next school board meeting. You'll see my next video when that happens.
Next at the school board meeting.
No, after the cops came up.
This is Cascade
I
Middle
mean,
School, Washington State.
I would be calling an attorney. I'd be calling an attorney. You took my kid off school property to a dangerous area without my permission. Maybe he can get an attorney pro bono. I don't know. But guys, let me know what you think. Would you not be furious? I would be livid. I would be livid. I'd probably start maybe trying to organize other parents, send out, hey man, we need to go protest against the school. We need some representation. We need some attorneys pro bono to help us file a lawsuit against this school, allowing them this, and have the school investigated. So now we move into the colleges. So I don't know, did I show y'all the video? I think maybe that one woman covered it. But there was another video, I don't know if I'd have it at my stack of stuff, of kindergartners. Kindergartners. Being taught how to protest ICE. Look at this. This is what I'm talking about. Look at this middle one here. They said it was too cold. There was another video I had. I would have to dig for it some more. It was too cold to take the little ones out. So we're doing it inside. So they're propagandizing these small children. I mean, look at this. Look how young, look how little these kids are. Oh my God. Yes, they're coming after our kids, guys. Excuse me. There's a disturbing new trend exploding across the country, and it involves far-left teachers. Yeah, I mean, take a look at this. They're guiding very young children, some no older than kindergartens, in a sign-wielding protest against ICE and President Trump. Every single teacher taking part in these needs to be exposed, as well as the school and administration. Blast these all over the web. Yes, that's what we need to do. Y'all remember when Obama got elected and they were teaching kids to sing songs to sing his praise, which I just thought was creepy and I disagreed with it whatsoever. Politics does not belong in school unless you're in like high school and you're learning civics. You're learning civics class. You're taking government. I mean, that way you're learning about how the structure of capitalism works, or the structure of how socialism works, or communism, and then you're discussing how each of these affected civilizations over time, over history. They're not teaching them none of this. Especially the people in New York just don't have a clue, I guess. Now they're like, oh, buyer's remorse. They were protesting him because they've had several deaths because these homeless people are outside and have been freezing to death. They didn't send people around to go find homeless people and bring them to shelter. And apparently past mayors did that. They'd go around to get them. They go get them. Take them to the shelter at night. This is unbelievable. We have got to rise up. Christians of America, all Americans, rise up and put a stop to this. This is insanity. They're taking our little kids' minds full of mush and indoctrinating them with nonsense. And look, they wanted to do this with transgenderism. Remember all of that during the Biden administration? Where they were wanting to have transgenders come in your school and read books. And if you said anything, oh, you'd be damned. But guess what? We don't have that administration, but we need to rise up and start fighting back. Absolutely. Okay, look at this. We have, here we go, a first grade teacher, Mrs. Ringer, hanging a flag upside down. We all know, do y'all know what that means? It means the country in distress. So she's telling her students, her first grade students, that the United States is in distress because we're trying to get illegals out of the country. So she hangs the flag upside down and puts up a sign, abolish ICE. According to her link tree, she is in San Diego, California. Aren't we surprised that she's in California? And if y'all could see, here she is, first grade teacher, University of Arizona alumni. This is her name. And she's going by Miss Ringer. Somebody posted, Timmy's doing great in the subjects that matters. He got an A+ in protesting. Look, Ma, I made an A. Wow. We know what the teachers' unions craves. And it isn't reading. And it isn't math proficiency. And this is TikTok, ladies and gentlemen. Ban ICE. Murder is right. Laws for the others. ICE is not cool. It's incredible. Okay, now let's get to the college. Liberal daycare exposed. College Democrats at the University of Florida hit ICE a pinata and threw temper tantrums when I showed up to ask simple questions. This is Kathleen Burnett. And if y'all don't know who she is, let me get her picture up here. Go check her out on YouTube. She's got some fantastic videos where she went to the King's protest. And it was all a bunch of old people. But she would be asking them questions and they can't answer the questions. It's insane. It's just literally insane. These people don't even know why they're protesting. They don't want to hear that, yes, these illegals. And then they ask them, like, do you know Lincoln Riley? And they'll name off other people who were murdered by illegals. They don't want to hear none of that. Nope. They want to protest good. They want to protest pretty good. Those two retards who were killed by interjecting themselves in federal policing operations. And it's just incredible. It is just incredible. We will not put up with ICE! Sorry. We will not put up with ICE!
That is a pig pinata that has ICE written on it, so they're engaging in fantasies of violence.
Shut the fuck up, bro. Get off our fucking campus.
What?
Get off our fucking campus.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen, sweetheart.
You're on our campus. You're on our property. You are on our property.
So you like borders now?
Oh, girl, shut up.
You like borders now? What is fascism?
Ask the smart people around me. I'm just an idiot liberal. I'm just a stupid idiot liberal.
I'd like you to leave our demonstration. You're welcome to make your own, but you're here because we publicized what we were going to do, and you came in opposition of that.
I think you look like a very nice, joyful man. It's a beautiful day out here. You're not ruining my day.
Yeah, but you're ruining mine.
I have got all
of the anti-ICE liberals at the University of Florida to support deportation and support borders. It's a miraculous day. Only the Lord, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, could have this happen. So thank you so much. I've changed everyone's minds here.
And it's like that in a lot of her videos where she's talking to these people that they have no clue. And then that girl's like, he's like, well, you need to get off of our property. She says, well, you know, what, you want borders now? So she just tells her to screw off because it's like, oh, that's just an oxymoron. What? And then the kid says, he says, I'm just an ignorant liberal. Go ask somebody who's smart. So you don't even know why you're out there? You're just out there to be out there? Oh, you came to our protest that we promoted a protest and you're the opposition. Well, aren't we supposed to have dialogue? A back and forth banter? If you're going to protest, you can protest and have a dialogue about it. No, they're going to shut you down. But remember Cruella de Vil at the beginning of the show? I want to hear your views. We want to hear everybody's view. Crazy. All right, I'm gonna have to set this up for you. I've seen a couple of these guys' video, and they're pretty epic. And this is hilarious. And I don't even know how Josh, that's the guy's name, trolls these people so hard that they never know it. They don't know it. So here's a sign in front of this lady's house. Says it looks like it says to me, "We believe in science." Okay, so this guy, Josh, you're going to think he's for real, but my guy, he is trolling these people in a lot of his videos as well. He does this, and people fall for it, hook, line, and sinker. Check this out. This is great. Now, I sped it up just one hair so we can get through it because it's almost 3 minutes. He's totally trolling him, my guy. Check this out.
Hi, how are you? Good, I'm Finn. I'm one of the volunteer coordinators at Murphy. Do you have a little one that goes there?
Yes, my granddaughter goes there. She lives with me.
Oh, okay, great. So I'm the director of the School Teachers Helping Adolescents Reach Towards Thinking Smarter, or the SHARTs. And our job is just to kind of prevent any messy or explosive situations from occurring with children.
Wait a minute. I noticed my volume was a little down, so we're going to go ahead and do the beginning, and I apologize, but listen to the acronyms he gives for the names of who he's representing. It's hysterical. And then there's a second part of the acronym at the end of the video, so please pay attention, and then put the two acronyms together. Here we go. I got the volume better. Good Lord.
Hi, how are you? Good, I'm Finn. I'm one of the volunteer coordinators at Murphy. Do you have a little one that goes there?
Yes, my granddaughter goes there. She lives with me.
Oh, okay, great. So I'm the director of the School Teachers Helping Adolescents Reach Towards Thinking Smarter, or the SHARTs. And our job is just to kind of prevent any messy or explosive situations from occurring with children that may be from different backgrounds. So, unfortunately, we do have a number of children that come from mega households at the school.
Really?
Yeah, a lot more than we expected, and their presence is scaring some of the other children for obvious reasons, and it's starting to affect us financially. A number of parents have pulled their children out, and some of the donors, yes, have backed out. But we think we've come up with a final solution. So could I tell you a little bit about it and then maybe get your signature?
Yes.
Okay, so what we're hoping is that we can team up with some of the local politicians and legislators and do a mandatory sterilization of registered Republicans in the area, just to make sure that in the future there's no more children coming from mega households.
Okay.
So is that maybe something you'd be willing to support with your signature? Yeah? Okay, great. If you could just sign here where it says Sharts, and then where it says regarding or RE, if you could just put TARD for Teachers Against Republican Danger. Great. I love your signs in the front, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Here you go.
Great. All right. Well, thank you so much, and we'll keep you updated on what happens with that. So, all right. You're welcome. Have a great day, ma'am. And remember, only you can prevent fascism.
Why is this old lady opening the door to a complete stranger? That number one. What are you doing? What are you doing? Two, the acronym was shards, and the other one was tards. And they were gonna. Wow. So she signs this to stop them from having children, and she signed it. He literally said, "Yeah, we'll stop them from having kids." And she's like, "Yeah, I'll sign it." My God. My God. It's unbelievable. It is unbelievable. Oh my God. So you're going to get with the local politicians and then sterilize Republican mega people. She's like, "Yeah, I'll sign it." Oh my God. Wow. She's an older woman. Her grandchild goes to the school he's talking about. Unbelievable. Shifting a little bit of gears here, but hey, it all boils down to what are they protesting against ICE? Blah, 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 blah. Speaker Johnson fumes after learning Democrats sued the U.S. Department of Agriculture for trying to figure out how many illegal aliens receive welfare. Every time they turn around, they got to sue the administration. They got to sue somebody to stop the process because they want those illegal votes. They want more and more people in their districts so they can gain seats for the House, so they can control with power. It makes perfect sense what they're doing. It's exactly what they're doing. They sued the USDA for simply asking them how many illegal aliens are on the program in California, New York, and these other states. Now, when Trump first took office, what is her name? Brenda something, who's over the agriculture. I'm sorry if I forgot her name, but I like her. I had it written down somewhere because I forget people's names. But she said day one, they sent out notices to every state in the union that we want to know who's all on all these social programs because the government needs to get a hold of what they're spending as well. Shouldn't the states be doing this on their own? Getting dead people off their voter registration rolls. All right, let's just take that, right? Get them off of that. Or dead people receiving Medicaid, Medi-Cal. Are they receiving food stamps? You got able-bodied 20-year-old young men receiving food stamps. Why are they receiving food stamps? It's insane. And only a little over 20 states turned over the data. But these other states have been refusing because we know it has just been a one big scam. They sued them. You need to take account of what people are doing here. We are trying to get government to work more efficiently and effectively for the people. We are getting stopped and hindered by political gains by the Democrats every time. And this is why it's important, because they knew, even when Obama was in office, they all knew, Clinton too, they have to pack these courts. And God forbid we lose anybody in SCOTUS right now, but we need another Republican in office to come after Trump. And before that, because a lot of these SCOTUSs are old. And they're there for life. So if they pass away or they retire because of an illness, they have to be replaced. And we don't want to replace them with some DEI Jackson who doesn't know what a woman is, and I'm not a biologist and I don't understand, gets on SCOTUS. It's unbelievable. That's why we are so frustrated. Do you firmly support Johnson on this? And they're asking it to do hands up or thumbs up or down, whatever. But there he is, and he went on a rant about it. Yeah, suing them because they want to know who's all getting money for nothing. Getting my money for nothing. Okay, we might just get through the stack of stuff. I only have a few more left, so we're doing pretty good, guys. We're doing pretty good. All right, IDs. Guys, it's been a big problem. If ID checks are Jim Crow, which that's been what they've been saying, and I think black people should be pissed, should be highly upset and insulted, because they're saying it'll hurt the black community because what? They can't get to the DMV. They don't know how to drive. They don't have family members to get them to the voting. It's retarded. The whole thing is retarded. What? And I don't know how people are falling for this. I'm like Jackson. I don't understand. Somebody, could you explain to me what a woman is? I don't know. I'm not a biologist. Then so are Democrats' national conventions. Okay, so if ID checks are Jim Crow, then so are Democratic national conventions where delegates are required to produce an ID to get in. What is happening? The hypocrisy knows no bounds. So are the following institutions among many others. Labor union conventions. What? You got to show ID? Oh, yeah, I'm a union member. I paid my dues that the Democrat Party uses for peaceful protests and supporting hiring DEI in the school and dumbing down the education. The Grammys, what? The Oscars, the Emmys, banks, pharmacies, hospitals, airports, hotels, gun shops, casinos, schools, Social Security, DMVs, casinos, employers. What? IDs prevent fraud in financial health and Democratic Party and so much more. Oh no, they don't want nobody stealing from them. Because they want more money, more money, more money. Voter ID does the same for elections. Calling ID requirements Jim Crow, what? I tell you, it's absolutely absurd and insulting to the American people. And overwhelmingly agree that we need to take a few simple steps to make our elections secure. Every time I've heard them bring up the argument, they're saying it affects the minority. And who has been the minority in this country? It's been blacks. Black people, you should be pissed. That's insulting. Because I know black people aren't retarded. Well, some of them are, okay? Just like white people. We've had a lot of liberal retards protesting on the sides of the road of ICE, and it's all white liberal women who's a detrimental to society. So my criticism goes equally across the board no matter what race you are. Just pointing that out. But good night. Every time I've heard them bring this up, they say, well, like saying black people don't have an ID or they don't have a driver's license or they can't get to the DMV, like they're stupid, they're invalids. What are you? The Democrats have been saying this for years about the black people. What is happening? Get off of TikTok, go do some research and find this stuff out. For Pete's sake, stop scrolling through 30-second shorts, which is just brain rot. It's just brain rot. So, what really worries you about the SAVE Act and its voter ID requirements? The SAVE Act would impose Jim Crow-style restrictions on voting. It would be dead on arrival in the Senate. Yeah, that's what they're saying. Chuck Schumer says SAVE Act will be dead on arrival in the Senate and warns of other GOP shutdowns. I mean, this is crazy. I said it before and I'll say it again. The SAVED Act would impose Jim Crow type laws to the entire country, and it is dead on arrival in the Senate. It is a poison pill that will kill any legislation that is attached to. If House Republicans added the SAVED Act to the bipartisan appropriations package, it will lead to another prolonged Trump government shutdown. Shut the government down. Just do it. Just do it and let them know. And the Republicans need to be doing a better job getting out and saying, look, this is why. Just what I said. Start showing clips of all of them degrading black minority people that they're too illiterate to go get an ID or to even know how to go and vote. Yeah, they've been saying it for years. And I think the Republicans need to do a better job. But look, this is what they've been saying about y'all forever. This is why they don't want voter ID. But they want the Mexicans to be able to vote, guys. Look, between the blacks and the whites, ladies and gentlemen, we are being systematically replaced with third world low IQ invaders. They want to replace whites and blacks. They don't give a damn about the blacks. They never have. They never have. They used you as a pawn this whole time. And where did they dump these illegals? Where did they dump busloads of them? Go check Chicago. Go look at the channel Chicago Flips Red. Oh, yeah. I watched her shows, her programming. They dumped them in their neighborhoods. Crime went skyrocketing, way up. They're all competing for resources, for jobs that aren't there. Yes, blacks and whites need to be completely outraged at all of this. Okay, I need you guys. Do you guys remember this last week?
A few moments later.
I gotta turn the music off. Look, look. Look at this. Picked up a bang grenade. But wait, there's more. Watch this. Now, how many of you thought that was a woman who did that with their hand? I did. Raise your hand. I thought it was a woman. I was saying in my video, I was like, she is a complete retard. Look, she picks up a flashbang. I did a whole video on it. Showed what flashbang does. One flashbang video I showed where they threw it and it was a few moments before it went boom. And then I'm figuring that's when she picked it up. But look at this, ladies and gentlemen.
For the thousands in attendance here at ringside.
We're ready for you.
And the millions watching around the world on television. This is the moment.
Think about that.
I don't know about the music. I'll get flagged. Uh-oh. Here he goes. Here he goes. Now, look, remember the feather in his ear. Remember the feather in the back of his head. Look. Got the mask on. Flip the mask off. Ah! There's the feather. Look, there's the feather. That's a dude. This is hysterical. It's even funnier now. Dang. What a retard. I don't know what this person's name is. Oh, y'all remember that back in the 70s? He'd be on the side of the road and a big bag of trash would come by and splat at his feet and he's crying. Good Lord. Ain't nothing changed. Ain't nothing changed. And this person had wrote the whole time, I thought Dances with Flashbang was a female. I did too. Lo and behold, it's a dude. It's a dude. It is a dude. My last few things are a little bit, but I came across this yesterday and I thought, man, I need to talk about this in a video. I remember this case somewhat a few years later. I mean, I was still young in 1980, but I do remember when this happened. And I don't know if it's because after this incident, they started putting metal detectors and stuff at courthouses. In 1980, a 7-year-old Anna Backmeyer was abducted and raped and murdered by Klaus Krabinski, a convicted offender with numerous prior offenses against children. Now look, this was back in 1980, and this guy was still walking around and had priors? He should have been castrated or dumped on an island somewhere. In 1981, Gowinski claimed during his trial that the 7-year-old had seduced him, which enraged her mother. On the third day of the trial, Marina Bachmeier, Anna's mother, took justice into her own hands, approached Grabwinski's from behind, and fired 7 shots, killing him instantly. Amen, sister. Amen, sister. Bachmeier said, I did it for Anna. She served only 3 years for manslaughter and was then released. Yeah, sweet. Sweet. The case sparked intense debate on vigilantism and the rule of law. In my opinion, the mother was a hero. I wouldn't consider that vigilant. I consider that justice. I consider that justice. That's amazing they got it on camera. Bro. That's the guy. That's the guy. She got him in the back of the head, killed him instantly. Yeah, he needed to die. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. He had priors. He had priors and killed her little girl, 7-year-old little girl. I don't blame her. I probably would have done the same thing. Okay, so that wasn't actual footage. I went and asked Grok because I was like, man, that looked real, guy, right? It said included video footage is dramatized from a 1984 film moored I'm Dachshund World. Rather than real events, is clarified by author, yet it amplifies the post's emotional impact and has garnered over 112,000 likes. The prize overwhelmingly endorsed execution for children predators, absolved Bachmeiers of blame, reflecting broader social frustrations with lenient sentencing for offenders, with historical data showing recidivism rates for such criminals exceeds 30%. I think it's higher than that. I don't think they can be rehabilitated. Was it Bill O'Reilly years ago? It might have been Bill O'Reilly. Years ago, when Bill O'Reilly was on Fox, we're talking 20 years ago, guys. This is a long time ago. Maybe 15, 20 years ago. Whatever. I lose track of time. When you get old, you're like, when did that happen? Was that 20 years ago? Oh, God, I thought it was 10. Whatever. So, Bill O'Reilly had a pedo on. And this guy was saying that he has to choose not to do it, that he still wants to. But he had been in prison for a long time. He's out. And, I mean, I guess, I don't know if you want to call it brave or whatever, or did Bill O'Reilly pay him to come on the show, but whatever. But I'm just telling you what he was saying. And I think they were discussing the recidivism rate, but he was saying, no, you never stop thinking about it. I mean, once they're this way forever. So either you could be castrated, self-castration. I think they were discussing that as well. But he was saying that he just has to not act upon it. I guess because he doesn't want to go to prison. Or if he's just not going to do it and just not going to get caught. But basically he was saying that he just has to control himself, basically. It's crazy. These people need to be castrated immediately. Yeah. And thrown in prison. They need their own special island. Let them all abuse each other. Let me know what you think about that story. Y'all remember Chad from my video yesterday? From Libs of TikTok? Chad is a nurse. And he was saying he was not going to give medical attention to ICE agents. So this is an update. Chad claims he's been fired and is almost in tears trying to backtrack his statements. We need to reach out to the client to confirm, and we'll update when this response. Now, I just, I've been busy on show prep for a while, so this was posted, I think this was posted today. Chad, they did a post yesterday of the video I did yesterday on Chad. But Chad's claiming he got fired. I asked Grok. Grok says it hasn't been confirmed, which Lives on TikTok says he's waiting for a confirmation and they will let us know. But listen to Chad. Y'all, you remember Chad from yesterday? He's in that group of nurses that want to do harm to people who are mega or ICE.
I know you guys who follow me know me, and you know who I am as a person. And you know that I'm really passionate about everybody being treated equally.
What? Everybody being treated equally? When you were literally insinuating when you were talking about fixing somebody's leg that had an artery rip and you're bleeding, and he's like, you know those arteries. Y'all need to go back and watch the video from yesterday. My God. Now he's saying, you know how I feel about everybody. We need all to be treated equally. Wow.
No matter what. And I think it's really annoying that a post that I made talking about nurses who are MAGA, basically questioning if they could treat people equally. And I don't believe that you could if you believe those things morally. And so I said that I didn't think that they should have jobs. Somehow that's been twisted to that I wouldn't treat a MAGA patient.
Oh, because maybe we do need to go back and listen. Okay, because I clearly just think you were talking about taking care of somebody's leg or something that there was a tear artery or whatever it was. And he's like, and he's making these faces. It was so insinuating. It was so insinuating that, yeah, you did bring up mega nurses, but how would you think that a mega nurse, if they are mega, say they voted for Trump, that just means they're conservative Republican, right? You know, they want what's best for the country, and they're probably Christians, most likely. And they're most likely going to, more than you, help anybody. Even if you came in and you are a retard, they are going to save your miserable, stinking life. That's just it. But no, not you guys.
The same, and that's not at all. That's not. I often treat them, and I treat them just the same as I would treat anybody, because I believe that everybody should be treated the same when they come into a medical office. Everybody should be listened to and heard, and everybody's concerns are valid. And those of you that have been following me on my platform since I've been here, it's a stupid little platform where I don't talk about much, really, but you guys know who I am as a person. And, you know, I can take a lot of stuff on the internet. Like, I can take all the gay bashing and stuff that's been thrown my way. That doesn't bother me. But seeing people go after your character is really hard. I know they're just doing it because it's what they like to do, is sit here and play on the internet all day and yell at people.
That's what you want to do.
You know, it does affect real people's lives. And I'm a good person.
Really?
And I work really hard, and I take care of all of my patients really hard. I took care of all of my patients really hard.
Wow. Okay, so you got to see him walk back a lot of stuff. Now, let's hear what he exactly said. So, guys, I think he's insinuating that he was just referring to mega nurses should be fired. But not him. He shouldn't be fired. But apparently he's lost his job. That hasn't been confirmed. Well, let's revisit what he said.
Remember how much power nurses have in this country? One of our own was just murdered in the street. So, we might be able to stop this somehow. Thoughts?
Good morning. Did you know most ICE agents don't wear their plates properly? I've seen it.
You know, as the type of ICU nurse I was cardiac ICU nurse. And I did a lot of time, lots of hours, holding on a groin that wouldn't stop bleeding. Let me tell you what, that femoral artery, those veins in the legs, I can't remember what it's called. It's late in my shift, okay? I know it. I'm tired. Anyway, the vasculature in the leg, it really bleeds well. Someone could bleed out very quickly from that. Probably like a couple of minutes, really. I would really suggest to all the healthcare organizations out there that if you have knowingly MAGA employees, that you terminate them. They're not safe people to take care of other people. You can't have people who have open racism in the healthcare system. I mean, we already know that exists, because if you're a black...
We can't have people in the healthcare system that is openly racist. Guys, do you not... What he was insinuating, that the artery bleeds a lot, he's like... Because first he brings up one of our own is killed in the streets. Then he goes on to tell some story about him holding some growing artery that bleeds a lot. And he's all like, yeah, you could bleed out in minutes. What? That is screaming to me that when you had just said we could do something about it. When one of our own died, we could do something about it. And he's talking about Pretty. And he's a nurse. Then he goes on to say, mega nurses are racist.
Woman in healthcare, you know. But if you're openly MAGA at this point and you're supporting the murdering of people, you don't deserve to be in healthcare. You should have your license removed. That's so disappointing. And I remember working with them. So annoying. Remember
Wow. So I wonder how many who were actually nice to him every day, and they've been working with him, and then they see this video and going, damn, he had us fooled. He was all nice in our face. He was all nice in our face.
Okay. I know you guys who follow me know me, and you know who I am as a person. And you know that I'm really passionate about everybody being treated equally.
But you know, if one of those groin arteries, they could bleed out like in minutes. Yep. It could be really bad. All right, we got Psycho Alert. Y'all recognize him? Kelly. I guess that's his last name. Or first name, whatever. Defam something. Whatever. I guess he didn't know Democrats and liberals, they like to eat their own. And I remember Laura Ingraham years ago when she was just on the radio, before she was on Fox News and all of that. She had a radio program, and it was good. I think she should have stuck to radio. Anyway, she used to say stuff like, I love it when they eat their own. Because they attack each other. And she had this other segment called Butt Monkey, and you'd hear the monkey go, eh. It was hilarious. Because a liberal would go, yeah, I agree, but it was always a butt monkey. So he doesn't realize that the Democrats, they do eat their own. And he is here crashing out after hearing Minnesotans are angry he was raising money for his defense because he's been arrested for himself and not one of their corporate community organizers. Nope. Oh, no, you can't raise money for yourself. No, when you raise money, it's for the whole organization, or we will eat you alive. Now, warning, He's going to be dropping the F-bomb like every 2 or 3 words. And here we go. Listen to this.
I'm over here moving to a more permanent residence, but my wife just showed me a Reddit post talking shit about me, saying I came to Minnesota for fucking clout, for profit, and that I'm taking away from the local fucking organizations. Are you fucking kidding me? Do you not realize how many fucking local organizations we support every single fucking day? Do you not realize how much I fucking sacrificed? I have been protesting every single fucking day since October. I've been beat down, arrested, shot right in the face with a fucking OC cannon, fucking spray. I've had a knee on my fucking neck. I'm facing 10 years in fucking federal prison for supporting a local organization's protest. And you're telling me I'm taking away from what Minnesota's doing? Every single dime I spend is going back into the community. I fucking share fundraisers for local organizations every single fucking day, but I'm taking away from the fucking community? I'm a Minnesotan now, motherfuckers. I love this place. I love this how you resist. I love your community. That's why I stayed here, to show what's happening here, to show the rest of the world, to use my influence, to show people how you know how to resist already, how you're building the framework for the fucking revolution. So anybody that's hating on me for raising over $100,000 while I was in fucking jail because I need a fucking defender, I need a lawyer, you know how fucking expensive a federal fucking attorney is? So fuck you. Fuck you for saying that. I love the people. I do this every single day for the people because I was a history major. I know what fucking happens next and I'm fucking scared. So if you want to say I'm doing it for fucking influence and fucking profit, for one, I ain't profiting shit, and for two, fuck you. I'm over here.
Oh, man. Oh, man. $100,000 and he says he's scared? Good. Good, you're scared. How about all those children, grandmas and grandpas that were scared in the church when you came in raging like a lunatic just like you are now? So basically, guys, he doesn't discriminate on who he screams at because he's screaming at the left for calling him out for raising money and not for the organization. He's yelling just like he yelled all at the church and everywhere else. He's a professional protester. So what? He wasn't living in Minnesota, but now he's a resident because he loves being there? And he says he's scared. Well, good. And he's facing 10 years in prison. I hope he gets it. I'm going to pray. You people need to go to jail for a long time. How about the people who were protesting outside an abortion peacefully, singing hymns and ministering to young women? They all got thrown in jail. They got thrown in jail. And these people, they should be sitting in jail right now while waiting for their trial. I'm just saying. All right, I got 2 funnies to end the day, and then we're done with the stack of stuff. Wow, we got through, but yeah, it's a little long, but that's okay. Here we go. Here we go. This is the day in the life of a liberal.
And today we're going to take a look at a week in the life of a liberal activist.
Stand with Ukraine! No more war! Freedom! Give Venezuela back their dictator!
We want the boss man!
BLM forever! Raise that fist! Black Lives Matter! Louder, people! We see you! We love you!
Keep it moving, flags high!
Trans rights matter! Gun control now!
Say it loud, save lives! Outlaw guns!
Protect our kids!
Keep marching, keep shouting!
Crush ICE! No more terror! Down with fascists!
Louder!
Freedom to defend! Keep marching! Keep shouting! My body! My choice! Women's rights are human rights! Orange man bad! Down with the orange!
Don't they have anything better to do with their time? Yeah. What they need to do is get jobs. I'm crashing out! I'm crashing out! I'm crashing out! I'm crashing out!
What was funny?
Crashing out!
What was funny is that all of them were the same exact people at all the exact different protests. And there's a guy on, I know he's on X and he's probably on YouTube as well, and TikTok. He's probably on all the platforms. But they have been filming these people in all different parts of the country over the past few years and showing the same people who organized the protests, and they're all in different protests, the Palestinian protests, gun right protests, all of them, every one of these people are just naming. There's these people who have been at all these protests. So South Park's got it right, man. I thought this was fitting to come right after dude having a crash out over, I'm scared. I'm looking at 10 years. And they're mad at me. They're talking crap about me on the internet. Why is he reading it? They're talking about, I'm raising money. Do you know how much an attorney is? You could have got one pro bono. I mean, free. The state would have appointed you one. Who's going to keep funding his defense? That's what I want to know. I want to know. The Real Housewives of ISIS. Y'all ready for this? Here we go.
Season on The Real Housewives of ISIS.
It's only 3 days till the beheading, and I've got no idea what I'm going to wear.
Abdul seduced me online. He had me at free healthcare. So this is my 6th marriage. I've been widowed 5 times. 6 times.
I'm so glad I've moved over here. It's everything those guys on the chat rooms told me it would be, and it's full of so many wonderful surprises. Didn't have to do this at Birmingham. Bullshit. Are you ready, girls?
Yeah, hang on, I'm recording it for Instagram. Ta-da! What do you think? Oh, man surprised me with it yesterday. Hashtag OMG, hashtag Jihadi Jane, hashtag Death to the West ISIS emojis.
Oh, babes, I love it. You look gorgeous. She looked massive. You're gonna need a lot of Semtex to kill that one.
Oh, guys. Hey, ladies! What do you think of this?
Awkward. What a complete bitch. She knew I had that jacket. Copies everything. Copied this.
Oh my God, it was so cringe. Hashtag matchy matchy.
It's times like this I wish I'd never moved out here.
Coming up next week.
He won't stop talking about his 40 virgins. Why can't he be happy with me?
Ali bought me a new chain, which is 8 foot long. So I can almost get outside, which is great.
Got an 8-foot chain. I can almost get outside, which is crazy. Whoever did this, I don't know. This is one of the best satire clips I've ever seen. I don't know who produced it. Maybe I need to go look. Oh, it's from a repost from 2017 BBC satire sketch parody, The Real Housewives with ISIS recruits. It was brilliant. Originally controversial for risking offensive to Muslims, the clip's 2026 revival underscores enduring debates on using humor to critique them. I guess so. Wow, I thought it was great, y'all. I thought this was just fabulous. It was.
Housewives of
She comes in with the bomb suit on, and then the other girl comes. It's like awkward. Why are you dressing like me? It was great. Anyway, there you have it. There's today's show. I thought it was a zinger. Zinger. And like and subscribe. Because if you know me, I'm just compassionate. Let me know about the stories you watched, which ones you thought, well, because they were all like, what the heck is happening? How about that dude that goes to the door and talks about exterminating, making it where they can't have children? The mega Republicans? Oh, my God. They don't need to be having any more little children because they cause problems at the school. When this woman signs that paper, it's insanity. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, whatever you do, try your best to not be